I've been thinking a lot about this painting lately. It's a painting by James Ensor that shows this long, never-ending parade. People are dressed up in costumes as clowns, wearing masks, all kinds of things. There's a big banner that goes over the top that says Viva la Sociale, and right in the middle of the painting, Jesus Christ, it's a donkey! And that's why the title of this painting is Christ's Entry into Brussels in 1889. In case there was any confusion what was happening, where it was happening, or what year it was. Some of this imagery represents some things that were going on at the time. Primarily that a few years earlier, there were worker strikes. These became very violent and involved things like marches and protests. But this was the first time in the history of Belgium that a protest by the people had some success for social reform. And so this is kind of a ridiculous representation of a very silly protest, march, carnival, with the central figure being Jesus Christ himself, a fierce but non-violent advocate for social reform. And on one of the balconies, there's a guy right here vomiting over the edge, and then a guy with his butt pooping on the crowd. The X's represent Le 20, or the 20, which was a group of artists that made their own artist movement. They had a publication and had their own art shows. Essentially, they wanted to break away from the establishment to have a different way for people to get information from artists. But James Ensor had a falling out with them. They kind of became a new version of the establishment. They were supposed to be a force for pushing culture forward, but instead they were a scatological stagnancy. Of course, this isn't the only time that James Ensor depicted people pooping on the general masses. Here we have the King of Belgium pooping on the people. And it's one of those things that it's a really funny joke, but also it's not funny at all. It's terrible. It's horrible. Here we have the religious right, this conservative side of government. They're holding up a sign of what people on their side want, which is obligatory instruction. Education for everyone. Equal opportunities to education. But instead of giving them that, they're pooping on them. While people who were left-leaning in their politics wanted universal suffrage, and they wanted to get rid of conscription. They wanted the right to vote for all people, and they wanted to get rid of mandatory military service. But instead of getting those things, they got pooped on. Essentially, everyone up here that's made a lot of promises isn't following through with those promises. Instead, they're pooping on you. I feel like this all rings true today. We all just want better lives and to have fun. And we just keep getting pooped on.